We are here live in Kenya on the Mara River, and we currently have two very large crocs fighting with one another over what appears to be some sort of antelope species. We're not sure what it is. We can see a hoof, so we know it is an antelope, but I'm not exactly sure exactly which species it is. And they're going round in circles fighting for some scraps of food. So just let me quickly introduce myself. My name is Lauren, and I do have the fantastic Archie on camera. And we're just here right on the bank of the Mara River watching these two crocs. It's incredible. Now, they have been going at this for some time. There seems to be one that seems to be much stronger than the other, or faster, should I say. They're actually swimming way faster than I thought they could. And one has the sort of food scrap in its mouth, and the other one is just not letting go. It's been chasing and fighting, and we did actually have a few somersaults earlier. Beta says, wow, yeah, this is incredible. We did have a comment earlier from Linda who said the lions of the water, and yep, these are the top predators in here. And we don't know what's happened, we can only speculate, but I do believe that they've obviously caught some sort of antelope species on the side of the river. And this is completely live, happening as you see it, and you can send any questions or comments to us regarding what we're seeing right now. Now, they did take a little break earlier, but they've just resumed the chasing and fighting. There was actually two other crocodiles. Okay, I'm just going to reverse and get a better view for you. I just realized they've gone a little bit far behind us. Let's see if we can go up here into the bank. Make sure I don't drive off the bank. That wouldn't be a great start, would it? There we go. We caught up with them. Oh, okay, so they're taking another time out by the looks of it. And as I was saying, there was actually 4 of them fighting over the same piece of food. I think it's an impala or a Thompson's gazelle, but I am guessing. Now, this one at the back, I think, appears larger. But he's just not. He wants to grab onto that leg. He wants to grab onto the hoof and pull it out the other croc's mouth, but it's just not happening. Oh, I love crocs. This is just fantastic. Nadina's asking, are crocodiles solitary? Generally, yes. So many crocodiles will sort of inhabit the same area, but they don't necessarily group together, such as hippos do, or even your land animals in clans or packs. They are predominantly solitary. Now, obviously, these crocodiles that we are seeing at the moment are inhabiting the same part of the Mara River, which means there will be clashes, but they don't really interact with one another. And even the mother, she will lay eggs when it comes to that time. And even then, there's not much maternal instinct. She will look after the eggs, very much so, until they hatch. But after that, the young crocs are very much on their own after a week or so. So predominantly solitary, but obviously they are clashing here and they are fighting over food. So the more animals you have of the same species in one area, you will get clashes. They will start to fight over food and everything else. Again, I'm just going to reverse. I think I'm good to reverse here. Let me just check. Is that good, Archie? Yeah, so we're just getting a better view of them. They're continuing to just keep on moving against. No, they're actually going with the river downstream. Martin's asking, do crocodiles go after bigger animals like elephants or giraffes? Now, crocodiles very much know their place in the food chain, if you like. Oh, I think the back one's given up here. I think the battle may be over. It's highly unlikely that a crocodile would jump out of the river to get an elephant. I think the size does not work there. We've seen elephants in water many times, and it's highly unlikely that a crocodile would pounce on that. A very, very young, small elephant is a possibility, and a giraffe is also a possibility, especially a smaller young one, in the way that they actually have to drink water. I'm not sure if you've ever seen a giraffe, but because they're so tall with a long neck, they actually have to sort of spread eagle their legs and bend down in such a manner that doesn't quite give them a head rush, and it allows them to drink water. Now this leaves them a little bit vulnerable, and if they're not exactly in the position to get up and flee. So if a croc was to pounce, it would have to be very close. So the giraffe would have to be completely unaware, and the crocodile managed to get its head or neck, then yes, it would be able to get a giraffe, but an elephant is highly unlikely. But crocodiles do know their place and they do know their strength. Don't doubt them for one moment. Even though they've gone a bit quiet now after all that wrestling. So they've just stopped, they're stationary. We've got one croc up ahead that has a sort of leg of the antelope, and then another croc right behind it. Kilo's asking, are crocodiles dinosaurs? Well, no, they're not dinosaurs, but they are very prehistoric, and they do live to a very long age. And similar to turtles, actually, sea turtles, they have been around a very long time. They are survivors. They're excellent at what they do in their habitat, and they have survived without changing their anatomy or their body too much. Similar to sharks, apex predators of their environment, and along the lines of evolution, there really hasn't been much changes. Some animals have changed a lot in their sort of body structure, their anatomy, the way that they move, the way that they are, but crocs haven't. So people do assume them to be dinosaurs, but they're actually not. And they're actually very closely related to birds. Birds and crocs have a very strong link, a very strong relation. But to us, they do seem very prehistoric. They do seem completely out of our sort of realm. It's very hard to imagine what it's like to be a croc. So it does look like our battle is over, but I'm glad we managed to capture that for you. Thank you everyone who did join us and ask your questions and send in your comments. We do appreciate it. If you want to keep watching us, just go to YouTube and type in Safari Live and continue watching the rest of our drive. So for now, thank you from the Mara River.